Well, the teacher.
Enough shit talk. We have to talk the real shit.
Is this thing on?
Jeffrey just goes there straight away. Just drops a C-bomb, like straight away.
Yeah.
We used to have the rule. Let's try not to swear for the first 5 to 10 minutes
Remember,
of the show.
C means cancelled.
Are you kidding me? Luke was talking about Mackenzie Phillips' dad giving her a good rooting last week.
That was last week. I'm talking about a couple of years ago when Jeffrey's like, we can't swear in the first 10 minutes of the show.
Yeah.
We can't swear.
We won't get put up on Facebook.
We're not making.
And now look what happened.
Fuck.
And now look what
Actually,
happened to us.
That was some feedback I did receive that our show is quite vulgar and shit. That was from 2 separate people.
Well, we wear the second one as a badge of pride.
Yeah,
right?
this guy got a T-shirt.
God.
Hi, Lala.
Your program ain't shit.
Your program ain't shit. Your mother ain't shit.
Luke.
Sorry.
Yeah, we need to get that T-shirt
Did
made.
he send his address for the T-shirt?
No.
No, I'll actually contact him and ask him. I'll say, look, he gave us a good laugh.
Oh, look who's back. Hey. Hey, Dogsy. Welcome.
It's been a while.
You need to go back and watch a couple of weeks. You've missed a whole... We went viral and you weren't even around.
Last week was...
Yeah, Dogsy, you missed it.
What a serious...
Nice to see the counter on StreamYard's working, because apparently no one's watching, but there's at least 2 people watching. Well, there we go. I've been back. 2 days ago. There you go. Okay.
Oh,
we weren't live.
There's a couple of shows there, Dogsy. Have a look.
We weren't live 2 days ago. We were pre-recorded because it's been a busy month, so we've been. But we're always here in spirit. Because,
and one cool Aussie's going to be doing some international travel. The other loser's not coming.
Well, the other loser is a single mother and can't afford it. So thank you.
If you not bought that second fucking dog, you could afford the plane ticket, asshole.
The second mom who works too hard, who loves her kids and never stops. Reba. Yeah, Luke's Reba.
Yeah,
can't help
that's me. It is me.
I think it's more like mommy dearest.
Yes.
Yes.
There's been a few moments where I had to check myself because it's really frustrating on school holidays when you got little voices at you all the time. And I nearly had a few no more wire hanger moments. I'm like, I need to just reset and chill. This is my adult time. Working on this right now. No.
The kids have been talking every morning, and it's like 6 a.m. here, and I'm like, what the hell? Yeah, who are you talking? And then I'm like, oh, I already know. Or it's nighttime, and I'm like, what the hell? And he's on the blower with him and Buffy. She's
on Roblox, mate. You got to get it right. They're on Roblox together.
No, they were on video chat. They were chatting.
Yeah, no, they do that on their other. They do that on the separate tablet, and then they use one for Roblox together. So they're communicating through 2 devices simultaneously.
And I was like,
serious
where's
stuff.
Daddy Luke? And she's like, he's in the bathroom. He's been there a long time.
Hey, being this beautiful don't just happen by 2 minutes in the bathroom, baby.
I thought you might need fiber supplement or something.
Maybe I should spend longer in there.
He's hanging it.
We should all just hang out in there and hope for the best. How are you, Jeff? How's things?
Oh, it's just wonderful, wonderful. It's fabulous. I'm great. Everything's wonderful.
Were you working Tuesday night?
Yeah.
Were you working Tuesday night?
In Wheatsport.
Oh, okay.
Why, did something happen?
No. I went to dinner with some friends at the Fork and Spoon, and I thought I should stop and see Jeff, but I wasn't sure if it was your car, so I didn't stop.
No, sometimes I flip.
Did you key it anyway?
Did you write fat slut down the side of it anyway?
It's the skinny bitch that's working. That'd be great. And I'd be like, I can't imagine who did that. And I'll be like, oh, let me check the camera. Oh, it didn't work. The camera.
And then we just play the footage on here in every intro.
I'm sorry for the segue, but he said we've all got a little bit of a fat slut inside us. Hi, Christina.
Holy hell, Christina! I will
Come on,
support
she's
you if you would have
She's
taken
ready.
to HR, baby. I'll go with you.
Come on,
I feel
girl.
like this is like the
You got a
second
free
week,
shot.
second week, or second time that you motherfucking asshole that you have to like drop shit. It's like I don't understand why are you coming after me? What I
Yeah.
did to you? It's because I'm straight.
There's so many other
It's so because I'm straight.
I'm
Like
straight.
Is she because she's your straight
because I'm
man?
straight. Like you're such a like you're so what is it?
I'm such.
Heterophobic.
yeah.
You're heterophobic.
Steven, could
And
you
I
imagine?
don't appreciate it.
Christina, it's
it's
because
not-
your dick's bigger than his. That's all.
Apart from the
That's
ladies that are
true.
here now, could you imagine getting away with saying that to any of the other pedalists on this show?
Yeah.
No, 'cause I know Chris.
It's fine because he's entering New York soon, so I'm
Yeah,
sure
She's
that
coming after me. She's
Yeah,
coming
something
after
will
me.
happen.
Free
Just
pass.
keeping his glasses.
Oh god.
No, I'm gonna break
Oh,
his
no.
glass.
Are you
It's all
coming?
love. How are you? How are you?
I'm fine. Yeah, no, I'm good.
Hey!
Other than that,
Fat
other
slut!
than being
Are
a
you
fat
coming
slut,
to New Year's?
I'm doing good.
You're doing good.
But no, it was funny. Joe wants me to mention that we were flipping through the channels before, and he started watching a movie, and he goes, "Wait a minute." He goes, "This is what I thought it was." I go, "What did you think it was?" And it was Legally Blonde. Okay. He goes, "I thought it was
Yeah.
Clueless." I go, "How the fuck do you mix up Clueless and Legally Blonde?" I said, "This."
No.
He's like, "Oh, I guess it's the same actor." I'm like, but again,
They don't even look
he's a straight
remotely the
guy,
same.
so.
Listen, I've got a great divorce lawyer. I will pay for
Okay,
her
then.
for you.
I have my notepad.
We're gonna get this done.
My pen.
Joe,
I have my notepad and my pen that I stole from the
over.
funeral home.
You can't disrespect.
you
Fat-
fucked with Alicia Silverstone and
Fat
fucking
slut.
Reese Witherspoon. It's over.
Oh my god.
You crossed
I'm
the
not gonna
fucking
live
line.
this down,
There's
am
no
I?
coming back from. Do you understand me? Whatever.
This is
my
fat
eyeliner.
slut.
You gotta keep it close to her heart.
Name tag now. I should change my name. I'll be right back.
Oh my god.
No, you're Christina. Please.
No.
She's Queen Christina.
No.
Now we have
no.
to
You should.
next
You
week.
should.
Next week we have a very special episode or a very special section entitled
What is-
Christmas Wars, where one
Oh.
of these three panelists, either Vera, Tim, Christina, or maybe Jeff too, I'll be there by that time. Someone will win the Christmas Wars. And I would like you to start taking guesses
What
now
fucking
on
Christmas
who
war?
is going to win the
Christmas
Christmas
Wars.
War. The Christmas War.
Christmas-
Who is
What
set up?
Christmas war?
You don't
I'm
know.
gonna say
What's the
Tim.
Christmas war? What
No,
is
no,
Christmas war?
You'll have to
it
tune
a
in and see,
decoration?
won't you?
It is
Yeah,
decoration.
decorations. It just
Well, hold on a
What's
second.
the-
Hold on,
it's
what-
gonna be Luke
Hold
with
on.
his-
What's the criteria to compete in this?
If Christina is going to be a nominee, I have to say I was there to help put up her decorations.
oh,
Yeah.
I'm just saying I might have a little.
he's allergic.
little
He's
hand in
allergic
that one, too.
tampering. Would you like a
I
rebuttal?
didn't
No,
want.
no,
I
Joe
needed-
was up on the ladder. Joe was up on the ladder, so he technically hung him. But I had to walk the ladder to her house to do it. So
I don't know why my husband didn't pick you up. I really don't. I don't understand.
that's all right. I was walking in the freezing with a 8-foot ladder. That was great.
How far do you
Is that
live
correct?
apart?
Ladder.
In
Oh, he's
less
around
than
the
a quarter
corner.
of a mile. Yeah, less than a quarter of a mile.
Listen, I just had a whole experience with a 10-foot ladder this week. I don't know. I feel you.
Oh, I need a 10-foot. See,
Oh,
I
we all
need
need a
a
10-foot.
bigger
It
ladder.
wasn't cute.
A bigger ladder's always a
You
better
couldn't
ladder,
handle a
right?
10-foot, Steve.
I couldn't. I'm out of commission.
Yeah, Steve, where's
Oh,
your
no.
fat spot game at?
My fat slut game's in retirement. But speaking of the fattest slut of us all, how are you, Luke?
Oh,
I thought I already
Retire.
had my. I thought I already had
Totally.
my intro where you were all ridiculing me about being a single mother. Now we're going to lay the boot in about being fat. No, you did lay the boot in, Steve.
That
Don't
is
worry.
the part that you
Yeah.
object to, not the plot.
No,
Right.
well, look, no, because it's like the same as like alcoholic. If you were one in the past, do you ever recover? So yeah, no, look, fat slut works. I don't care.
He can't get mad about
Right.
being a slut when he's
I'm
on
a-
air talking about a train being ran on him
Oh,
by
look.
15 different guys. You know what I'm saying?
That's not even true. So no, I'm like in recovery. I've been really, getting to know myself again. It's been just a wonderful journey.
Oh, you're just jerking off.
Look, can the camera please come up? I'm like trying to avoid eye contact with myself. I'm like, ugh.
Oh my God!
What is
remember
going on?
that time I took you to the porn shop and you totally sucked off that old guy? That was fun.
That didn't happen. I did go to the shop though. No. He did take me to the shop because I bought a product from the shop
You
that we don't
totally
need to
went to
discuss.
the glory hole.
I did
There's
not.
a
I
whole
bought
thing.
something from the shop.
And then right before he came out, this old fucking dude
No,
came out.
but
and he
actually, talking
looked
of Jeffrey
like that.
though, Jeffrey kept trying to like send me off to bathhouses and shit. It was like weird, like I was getting hooked out or something.
Wait, why? I didn't try to send you anywhere. You wanted to go. Do you want me to pull up the messages,
Turned
bitch?
interesting.
Oh shit!
Oh.
If I said something while I may have been inebriated, that means nothing.
I'm not your fucking keeper. You
Well,
on
did
the payroll?
I
This ain't
go?
sober living,
No.
bitch.
So
had the
obviously,
best
I'm not the
15 hours
fattest
of my
slut
life.
here.
15
That's
hours.
50. Oh,
Right?
Hello,
No one's
I've
there.
never
What was
hooked
it?
up in a
It was
bathhouse,
definitely like maybe
motherfucker. Guess what? I've never
Oh.
been to a glory hole
I
either.
got real confused because they were talking about bathhouses. I'm like, geez,
oh look.
How
that's
about
a
we
long,
talk
that's
anyway-
a long
about
shift, girl.
Anyway, we get
on
it,
the
Jeff.
front
I'm
porch, too.
fat. I'm poor. I'm a slut. What else am I? I'm not even blonde
Anyway,
anymore, so
we-
I've not
we're
got
gonna
that.
move on. We're gonna move
Don't worry, I
on.
got that covered.
Tim, have you ever been a fat slut?
No, but I have to say,
Do you
as
think
per my
Mackenzie
doctor-
Phillips is a fat slut?
She was asking for it,
Oh my god!
but on the fat portion, I weighed into the doctor's the other day at the heaviest I've ever been. So that sucks.
Oh, poor you.
But yeah.
You have our
Yeah.
sympathies.
Yeah, thanks. Thank you.
Yeah, hard.
But the next
a
time
hard
I see you guys,
road.
I'll have a new eye. I'll have a new eye next week.
Oh, that's what, you get your
So,
laser
that's
eye,
nice.
aren't you?
Yeah, I'm supposed to go on Wednesday, but
Are you going to be like Kano from Mortal Kombat?
yes, they're going to peel back all the
Yeah.
skin on my upper left-hand
metal.
side of my face, and they're going to
Yeah.
plant metal sheets. So it'll be
That's good. Yeah, no, they-
Yeah.
I just watched a documentary about prosthetic stuff being put into bodies. Yeah, it was really good. They
Yeah,
all
they were
died. It was gross.
Yeah, I hope so. Fingers crossed.
I don't want to
Sorry.
be here anymore.
This is how Steve likes to get his ass.
Oh,
crossed.
Vera's got an awesome tree. That's a segue to Vera.
Thank you.
Vera, is your tree a fat slut?
No, my tree is not fat slut. I've had my moments.
So pretty. I like the bows.
I've had my moments.
Yes, fuck me on your son's fire
Oh, look,
truck.
the little mints.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
look
like
at-
a disco
Very
peppermint
cute.
theme this year.
So
Yes,
cute.
look at that. Very nice. It's just
Hi,
so
kids.
I
Christmas.
can't wait to do that to my
Hi,
I've been
Vera.
sick since I saw you guys last.
Yeah, Vera's actually
I
been.
lost 15 pounds when I was back home.
She's
It was
been on the
okay. I
down
said my
low,
jeans
maybe.
did-
No, just talk about how much weight you've lost. Thanks.
That's that. Well, the fat.
Yeah,
slut
thanks,
brigade's over
mate.
here going whatever. It's like okay.
Yeah, like,
Maybe
I'm
we
still
should
laying
add
on the
new
ground from the
merchandise.
booting I got.
We should have new merchandise. Fat slut brigade. It's our new merch, our new line of active wear.
Fat slut active.
Fat slut.
And
I
Lizzo's
think
got
I
just-
made it.
And like, it's just
That-
FS. It's just our
Yeah.
logo,
And
FS.
just, yeah, and just a voluptuous body on either side going.
Yeah.
"Ooh." and sexy. I think we've made the millions. That's the $1 million idea.
And Jeff can release some male fat slut lingerie because he was so passionate about that. And and just from the promo, we'll just show that clip from that episode that time. It'd be lovely.
Oh my
No.
God. No, we will not. Anyway, let us warm ourselves. It's kind of like a fire, but it's the ever wobbling bosom of
Vera's trying to
Katrina
talk
A. Johnson.
and she's silent. Are you miming? What?
I'm saying let's warm ourselves with some hot topics.
Yeah, we're warming ourselves with the hot bosoms of Katrina A. Johnson.
Right.
Shake him,
Hot
girl.
load of
Shake
hot
'em.
topics.
Maybe we should get maybe next year we should get her boobs on fire. So like
What? Maybe we should get her to reshoot that for us in higher res.
in a higher resolution. Yeah, in a higher resolution. It's not
Oh,
recorded.
Tim,
on a
remind me.
potato.
I got a great video you would love on my phone.
All right. Tim's happy.
I want to see it.
Happy, but
Oh yeah, I knew you do.
I want to see it. Everyone wants to see it. It's kind of like, remember. Oh, here we go. We're going to date ourselves a little bit. Remember rotten.com?
Yes, I love it's still around.
No.
It's still around. I check it out every once in a while.
Is it-
Oh, rotten.com.
I remember kids
So,
used to bring it up in high school.
you
Like
are-
back
if
then,
you
you
are
could actually
at
look
all
up stuff and it wasn't
sensitive-
blocked.
if you are at all sensitive, it is like the grossest stuff on the internet. It's like car accidents and prolapsed anuses and like all that, like just really, really filthy stuff. It's been around since the birth.
Is
of
a
the internet.
prolapse that filthy compared to a car
Yeah.
accident?
Yeah,
Like I
really
know
is.
which one I can tolerate more because I've seen more prolapses.
I
Yeah.
bet you
I mean, as a
have.
nurse, I've seen a lot of funky penises.
I've seen lots of funky everything,
Speaking
man.
of funky penises,
How are you,
what are you
King?
fucking doing?
Well, I didn't do it.
Oh god, I love it. I love it. Ooh. Ooh. Don't threaten me with a good time,
My little
Jill.
lollipop.
All right, we got a lot of death happening this week because that's how
Oh,
we
cool.
roll.
Just before Christmas. Jesus died.
Vera can relate. Ryan O'Neill, he's dead.
He's
He,
dead.
he looks dead in that second photo.
Oh,
He doesn't
really?
look like that picture.
Yeah. The ex
Died
Mr.
this
Farrah
week?
Fawcett has died.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh.
yeah.
I
Well, that was
can't
no wonder he
believe-
looked sick then. If your wife died that horribly, yeah.
I can't believe he lived this long, to be honest.
I know, right?
Yeah, I feel like he was like, isn't he like the poster child for toxic masculinity in the 70s?
Yes.
It's like, yeah. I love you, Farrah, but I'm never going to marry you because you're a whore.
You're a fat slut.
He was. Yeah. No, Farrah wasn't a fat slut. Her hair was just fat. She couldn't help
They're
that.
all fat.
She was
He had
so
one
good.
good movie, and it doesn't age well.
Love story, wasn't it?
Yep. Doesn't age
Oh,
well.
that's that chick when she was dying. Love means
Yeah.
never having to say you're
Say
sorry.
you're sorry.
Right? Yeah. like an ice
Fuck
skating-
you, bitch. That's why you're dead.
How's a love story with the ice, you dumb
Figure out
bitch?
that love means saying you're sorry all the fucking time.
Right.
Yeah, that's
Every
all he's saying.
motherfucking hour.
Every day.
Can I just show you guys what I found on the table? I don't know how. I just looked over. I see this little jacket, and then I realized that it's a bird.
Are you okay?
My daughter put like a LOL doll jacket on a bird.
What the fuck? Things are going crazy at Christine's house. She's outfitting.
Yeah. So that dude's dead. Christina's brain dead. What's our next time?
Yes. So Ryan O'Neill, and I don't know that it will mean much. All I can think about is Ryan O'Neill is like the late 90s when it was like Farrah Fawcett has cancer and we care because Ryan O'Neill has something to say on Entertainment Tonight. I feel like that's when he was relevant last, anyway.
Well, he divorced her and they lived apart forever, and then she got sick and he came back to nurse her.
He came
Oh,
back.
that's
See, he
beautiful.
wasn't that bad. He was kind of all right. He came back for
No,
her.
then he just tortured his
Christina can't
fucking
stop
kids.
laughing.
He was in that really good movie, Chances Are, when Robert Downey Jr. was younger. With,
You know what?
That's right.
Sybil Shepherd.
Chances are
Sybil Shepherd.
you are.
Yeah, I think
Did
that's
the
a good
kid,
movie.
did the son die? Redmond
Yeah, didn't he overdose
Yes,
or something?
yes.
Yeah.
died.
Hollywood
So
family.
it's-
But you know what?
Broken.
Matthew
Their
Broderick
families
there.
are all still better than Mackenzie's. So
That's that Hollywood. That's that Hollywood like growing up for you. That'll fuck you right up.
So Tatum's the only one left, and
I was gonna say Tatum. Yeah. Right.
she just
Tatum.
like had that stroke, and it's kind of like
She cray. She cray anyway.
she's like half a vegetable though.
Which half? Which half?
Probably. Never mind.
I get it. I know she had a stroke. Oh, poor Tatum O'Neal.
that's terrible.
Yeah, something.
Sad.
Yeah, something happened to her, and she really tried to turn her life around. So it is actually very sad.
I'm like Mackenzie Phillips.
Not as bad as Mackenzie Phillips, though.
No, but I feel like that was it was the same era. It was that
Dan
like early
Hayes.
It was the same
2000s.
era.
It was the
Yeah.
same era. Everyone was coming out with their dirty laundry because they were selling books and stuff. And you know, I don't know.
Well, we
it's
all
a
know
weird
whose
time.
laundry was the dirtiest.
Yeah. What
Wow.
do you use to get incest out of this blouse? Help me.
Steve's mouth. Oh.
Don't mess with me, kiddo. I'll fuck your father and be your stepmother by next week. That'd be good. I don't know. Like, Joey,
So wait a minute.
what's going on?
Was she her own sibling and stepmother for a minute?
She must have been. That's weird. So if she's fucking her dad, does that make her her own mother, her own stepmother, de facto?
No, it just makes her fun.
No,
It
yeah,
just makes
just
her
make her a
fuck.
fucking maniac.
I love that we're still stuck on this too. It's like, okay.
Yeah, let's leave her alone. Come on. We got something else to talk about, sure.
You're the one that keeps bringing it up.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
hold
other
on.
guy
here we
did
go.
everything.
Bugsy. Speaking of that, some kid tagged my driveway because I hooked up with his dad last week.
Ooh.
Well done, sir. Well done.
Damn.
On a
How
scale
did
of
you
Wow.
find out where you
Well, wait a
are?
minute. How many quarters was the
Really?
dick? We got to get to the serious stuff first. Okay, this is
Remember,
serious. Fuck the
Dogsy's
rest of
not
this
from
show.
America.
How many quarters? I don't care. Well, what's the equivalent of a quarter in the you know
English money.
Where is he?
a pound?
Okay.
Yeah, but
A shilling.
He spent
How
6
many
months over
shillings?
here. How big was the dick? How many inches was the dick? God damn it!
They have the metric
Wow,
They
system,
don't
Calm
babe.
have
down.
inches.
He
have
lives
said
over
it
here
is, mate.
half the year. God damn it! Shut the fuck up. Okay.
This thing
If you go
What
from
animal?
your middle
is ready to
finger
work.
to the mid right here, like 4 quarters. He was only 4 inches. That's terrible. Oh,
Yikes.
never mind. We can move on now.
Yeah, next story.
Yeah, of
Jeffrey-
course.
Jeffrey
Something
has
to know,
lost
Jeff, you're a little
interest.
disappointed.
Okay, we'll get political because everyone
Oh,
loves a good
fuck.
a political story.
I
The
take it
U.S. House
back.
of Representatives has formally authorized its ongoing impeachment inquiry into President Joe Biden as Republicans unite behind the effort despite a lack of evidence of wrongdoing by the Democrat. The Republican-controlled chamber voted 221 to 212 along party lines to approve the probe, which is examining whether Mr. Biden inappropriately benefited
Benefited.
from his 53-year-old son Hunter Biden's foreign business dealings hours after the younger Biden refused a call to testify behind closed doors. The White House has dismissed the inquiry
Why?
as politically
Because he wants
motivated
to
and
testify in public.
unsubstantiated by facts. Mr. Biden is preparing for a possible 2024 re-election match with his Republican predecessor, Donald Trump. I love this is the best part of the article.
So is
Mr.
that
Trump
like
is
a
the
pre-
first president in the US history to be impeached twice and is currently preparing for 4 upcoming criminal trials. Oh,
So is this a precursor for your next elections? Like who's got the most impeachments?
Oh,
It's like an
yeah.
endorsement.
How-
This is the Republican Party falling into lockstep behind Herr Trump because he doesn't want to be the only one on the candidate who's been impeached. He wants every single Republican voted for this, in spite of the fact that there is no evidence. Because we're becoming
and it's
a banana republic
just in
here
time
United
for the
States,
holidays.
where we can accuse our Republicans can accuse their political rivals without evidence. That's what happened. Banana
That's
Republic.
funny.
They have no evidence. They did it
banana.
anyway. They're all fucking shit.
Fucking shit. They're all
Fuck
fucking
Like our show.
I was
Like our
just
show.
the program ain't shit.
just
They're
in time for
fucking
the
shit.
holidays.
They
Like
have no
there's
fucking
no
evidence.
between now
If
and
they had
the end of the
evidence,
year, nothing
every
is going to
Democrat in
happen.
this country would say, yes, impeach Joe Biden.
But obviously, there's something up with Hunter, and they're ironing
It
out that
doesn't
there's nothing
matter
going
what's up
on
with
there.
Hunter.
Yeah.
He's never been elected to office. He's not an elected official. Period. He can't impeach someone who's not an elected official.
But do you
Gonna
think
say it
they'll
again.
find something?
And if
Do you
he
think
gets
they'll
out,
find
he
something
should
they
go
can
to
get him on?
jail, but he is saying that he wants to be interrogated in front of a live audience. He doesn't want to do
Why?
it behind closed doors where they can cherry pick what he says.
Let's do it. Let's Hunger Games this
Wouldn't
shit.
the testimony be on record anyway?
Not necessarily behind closed doors. They could say it requires state secrets and includes state secrets.
What
So
happened
do you
to
think,
Banana
though,
Republic?
that there will be something they will find on Biden, though? Do you think there will be
They've
something?
already found out that he didn't pay his taxes when he was drunk. They already found out that he got a gun illegally. They already found out all his dick pics from his computer, which they fucking stole and it went through without a
Pretty
search
good,
warrant. They found it. They know what's wrong with Hunter.
I wouldn't
Hunter's
be
the son
ashamed
that
of that.
fucked up.
Yeah. As I said,
But is he
I think
really that
moving
bad,
forward-
though? Or is he
I
just
think,
not squeaky clean, or didn't know to
He's
cover
not
his
squeaky
tracks?
clean,
Oh, who
but he's
is?
not
Who
Jared
is?
Kushner.
Exactly, that's what I'm
He's
thinking.
not
Like,
JT.
he had some dick
Yeah, but
pics. Is
what-
that like the worst thing in the world in those circles? It must be.
What about like the check that was issued to Biden, which worked out to be exactly 10% of the money that Hunter receives from China? The $40,000 check that he
I
received.
have not seen any evidence. Show me the evidence of that check.
I'll send a picture in the group chat, but there was a check issued to Joe Biden from his brother after they supposedly, I mean, again, this is just the article I read, that they supposedly laundered that they got from Hunter, which worked out to be exactly 10% of the money that Hunter received from China. And then they have him on the
I
phone
have not
calls with
read that.
Hunter in
It's not
China.
a reputable news source. You know, I need
Well.
a peer-reviewed news source.
No, I understand, but it's like it doesn't anything that is pro-Republican or comes out in favor of Republicans is not reputable. But anything that comes out for the
No,
Democrats
that's
is
not
reputable.
true. There are very reputable, peer-reviewed Republican news sources. U.S. News and World Report is a reputable source. Wall Street Journal is a reputable source. QAnon Mom is not a reputable source.
What about?
No, it was,
Fox
I
News?
don't know who.
Peer-reviewed
I'll
journalistic
when I
source.
find it, I will post it. I don't know. I have to
I'm
find it.
going to Google it. I'm going to try and find it.
Oh, it's delicious today. It's lovely.
Yeah.
I love
That black guy
controversy.
who's in everything died.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's literally where I was going to go. Andre Brower from Brooklyn Nine-Nine has passed away at 61 out of nowhere. Like,
Oh,
that's
very
sad.
young, and he's in a lot of stuff too.
That show just
I mean-
finished, right? I feel like that show was on forever, and it's just finished.
Is
But
that
he was on like Homicide: Life on the Street too. So he's like,
he was in the
he's
movie
gone from-
Glory.
He's
He's
gone from
to my
like
husband.
serious cop show to Brooklyn Nine-Nine. It's like, okay, nice flip of the coin there. We like to really say the length and breadth of our career and really make it work. It's okay. I never watched Brooklyn Nine-Nine, so I can't really get on there. I can't really get on it. But apparently, it's funny. I haven't seen it. I couldn't tell you.
Well, look, there's nothing really funny about deaths. Thanks, Steve. Next story.
Well, I've got another one though.
All
There's
right,
nothing
I
funny
found
about
it.
that.
else is dead?
I respect him as an actor.
It's an unnamed
He was amazing.
source. The name is only known to James Comer, Republican chair of the House Oversight Committee. Nobody knows who that source is who says that check exists.
Well, I don't know where but there was a picture of the check with, whatever private information blacked out on it. That I don't know, but like I said, when I see it again, I'll share it. I don't know who it's from.
It's not here. It's not listed here in the House Oversight Committee website.
But so
Right from the
Honey
house
Boo Boo's
records.
sister died.
Oh,
That's sad.
That's
She was 29 years old, man. That's not cool. 29 years old, dying of cancer. That's some fucked up shit.
yeah, no,
That's
and
some
it's
fucked up shit.
Honey Boo Boo died?
No, her sister.
no, her sister.
It's not Christmas yet.
Fucking hell.
I said it.
do you like Christmas ham?
Voice.
And
Oh my
no
God.
plastic surgery either. This
You
is my
two
job.
go. Oh my God. Yeah, what do we think about that? Because I
think it's really unfortunate, but I'm not surprised. There's a lot of we're seeing it a lot more. Well, maybe because we've got so much more communication now, but I just find there's a lot of younger people. There's a lot more prominence of cancers and stuff in younger people. And I'm not going to down the Honey Boo Boo family at all, even though we've just been a bit disrespectful. I think because they were
We have
lower
more
socioeconomic,
carbon
they weren't very
per
well
emission.
educated. This probably went on longer than it should have. I don't know the history of it all, but I don't know. I just think they weren't probably in the best position for this to be picked up early.
They're millionaires. Yeah.
Yeah, but they're stupid.
Now, yeah.
We have more.
Have you
They
seen
grew up
Mama
drinking
June?
mud
She's-
water, I'm sure.
She's a drug addict. She's a
Right.
fucking mess. So yeah, the
That was
family's fucked.
Where I was going to go with the question.
Honey Boo
What do we
Boo was
think-
getting fed Mountain Dew at age 2. I'm not surprised they're getting fucking cancers and shit. So
Yeah, exactly.
Where I was going was what do we think about this transition now of early noughties? Mama June was like, a funny yeah, look
fat
at her,
slut.
look at her.
yeah,
And
that's
now she's
Yes,
this
queen!
former, I don't know, like they've set her up. It's like they're kind of reveling in her downfall.
Yes, they
She's
are.
a drug
yeah,
addict.
there's
she's
no
this,
need for
she's
that either,
that,
though. Like, I
she's-
know I'm being a
They
prick,
put her
but
on
that's
TV.
me.
They put her on TV and give her a TV show about it. Like, does that
There's
normally
money to be
happen?
made.
When, like,
There's money to
when
be
you-
made. They will exploit
No, I
anything.
thought it was just because the little
When you
girl.
part-
I thought it was just
when your new partner like actively tries to molest your children, you get a TV.
But you
show?
know what? You got someone who's stupid enough to go, yeah, I want to make a show about that. A bit like that other idiot goes, yeah, I want to rape my dad. Like, these are fucking idiots.
Can't let that go, can we? We're just really clinging on to that. Really clinging on to that
Just
Mackenzie
keep
Phillips
going,
thing.
and we can't hear him.
What's a Honey Boo Boo? You need to go back to, when was it? 2000 and I want to say like 2006, 2008.
I'm heartbroken that we just missed Luke's rant because I'm sure it was good.
It was Honey Boo Boo is the
Missed
What
it.
did you
the
hear?
kind of
Nothing.
Because my
Honey Boo
mic
Boo-
went up.
the-
I was
Honey Boo
really
Boo is
passionate. And
Honey
none
Boo
of it's
Boo
fair.
is the answer. It's like the white trash version or white trashier version of toddlers in tiaras, right? When that was a
Yes.
thing. Remember when we were
Yeah.
all
yeah,
abusing our
isn't that
children to
how
put them
she
into,
came out before it?
or is she
right? She
part
came
of
up
that?
before it.
Like, is she?
No,
is
I
that
think she was a
part
spin-off of that.
universe?
She was a pageant kid.
spin-off?
Yeah, that's
She
the
was
whole
a pageant
point. Like,
kid who was drugged on sugar and Mountain Dew and fed full of shit. And then they thought it was cute that she's talking like she's a pig of a person, like cussing and acting all like she's sassy. It was really actually a
Ooh,
terrible exploitment of a stupid family.
amen
got
to
paid.
that.
They got paid.
And that's what my rant was about, was that people were
And that's the
exploiting
only reason
people
why
that
we're
are
talking
stupid.
about her sister.
And the same reason they were making shows about, the kids were molested and blah, 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 because they're too stupid. They go on TV and fucking air all this crap.
Oh,
Same as that
shit.
idiot.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. It's just something just popped in my head.
Yeah.
Do you guys watch Below Deck at all or anything like that?
I have seen it, yes. Yeah.
Okay, so it just came out that one of the wives or one of the people that are on the show
Yes,
Below
they
Deck.
stole the identity of the other.
Yeah, I went to high school with her.
You went to high
Oh,
school.
so you could have debunked it. You could have debunked the whole thing.
I had no idea she was on the show, and my sister just sent me the article, and I'm like, "What do I care about this?" And she goes, "That's
Start
Jess."
selling your
And I'm
story,
like,
Tim.
Jess who? And she goes, "That's I don't know if I could say her name, but that's anyway." I
Yeah,
went
you
to
can.
Okay.
You went to the prom with her?
No. I graduated with her older sister, but she was in high school with me though. And
Sell that story.
yeah.
You could be her
Yeah.
close personal friend. Close personal friend.
Get her booked on the
Yeah,
show, motherfucker.
No.
No, she might
Sorry,
steal
I
our
didn't mean to
identity.
stop that rant, but
No,
stupid
we
people.
love.
You know.
We love when our pop culture collides with the real world. It's lovely. It's nice. It's nice. It's nice.
Shit.
All right. So speaking of past sins coming back to haunt someone, I saw this coming a mile away. When we talked about it, when we talked about Shannon, but Shannon Doherty's podcast has. Oh, thank you, thanks, Dave. Shannon Doherty's podcast has come out, and she is letting Alyssa Milano have it. Actually, not as much as I thought she would, but she is alleging that Alyssa jealousy on their time together in Charmed, and that Alyssa and her family tried to turn Holly Marie Combs against Shannon Doherty, which sounds like she did.
Ooh, who's the boss now, bitch?
It sounds like Alyssa was a little bit of a manipulator and controlling a bit. Like, I don't know why. Where does that come from? Is it known in her in other sets?
Yeah, I've never heard a good thing about her actually. Anything I've ever heard about her was kind of.
I've always
like
heard
that,
she's a bit like difficult to work with, but like this was next level. Like stopping someone visiting someone in hospital and stuff's really quite sick.
I think it's quite interesting because of those three women, the person who is famously difficult is Shannon. Yet the show was pitched around her. The WB created that show.
Well, Aaron
with
Spelling
Shannon in
knew
mind.
that she's
like
a cash cow.
Aaron Spelling loved her and created the show around her. Then Alyssa Milano, who was pretty much nothing at that point.
She was on the rise.
Melrose Place? Had she been on Melrose Place?
She left Melrose Place
to do this. To do
and
Charmed.
she'd been in the movie with Reese Witherspoon getting fingered on the roller coaster.
Yeah, good time.
Yeah. Yeah, so she's done that.
Wait, was it
Poison Ivy 2?
Yes, Poison Ivy 2. She got her tits out. Vampires Embrace or Vampires Kiss or something.
So her star was rising. So this was a good trajectory for her.
She's like a pop star in Japan.
Yeah. But she wasn't I don't think she wasn't like headline materials. Even in Melrose Place, she wasn't like a lead character.
She was Michael Mancini's sister.
She was Michael Mancini's sister. She was a bitch. She was really good playing a bitch on Melrose Place, actually, which she was. Life might imitate art a little bit too closely for Alyssa Milano.
I actually went to college with her.
You don't even know her.
With her cousin.
I went to college with her cousin. Yeah.
Can you get a cousin or her on the show?
I know all the stars.
Yeah. New York. Whoa,
his little thing's gonna say hetero Tim Starfucker next week. I know her.
What's the
I know her.
Don't tell your sister.
What's the one? One Tree Hill, Chad Michael Murray.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Chad Michael Murray. What about Chad Michael Murray?
Right? Is that the one?
Yeah, Chad Michael Murray.
He went to school with my ex's sister.
Oh,
really? Did he fuck her?
Yeah,
nice.
Probably.
6 degrees.
He's hot. That's all. He's hot.
No,
That's
they
all
said he
that
was an asshole.
Oh yeah.
Oh, sure he was. Yeah.
People usually are. They're like, ooh, I don't have to trade
Yeah,
off
didn't
anything
he
except my
just
look.
leave the show like unexpectedly too? Like,
Well, after
all of a
after
sudden,
Old
like,
Love left, yeah, he just was like, I'm done being a teen heartthrob.
But
And there goes my
Christina,
career.
we know that happens though, hey, because a lot of people have unexpectedly left this show. Never to be seen again. Oh,
Well, here you go. I met the Osborns when I used to do private security. Dogsy, your life
oh
is so
shit,
interesting. I feel like
you gotta come on.
Dogsy, we
Dogsy,
need like an interview.
what
We need
is
an
Sharon
interview
good
with Dogsy.
value in person, Dogsy? That's all we want. Just a yes or no, and I'll pop it on
Not
the
what I
screen.
hear, not from what I hear. That's okay.
Oh well, look.
You don't get that rich without getting a reputation, really, do you? You got to piss someone.
there's-
You got to piss someone off on the way up, on the way down,
We
in
piss
between.
people off all the time, and none of us are rich.
Exactly. We piss off Matt
Definitely.
Rife fans. They think terrible things of us.
Oh my god, I hate people.
Not enough to
Oh,
defend them.
God.
Not enough to keep defending their boy when he keeps like making jokes about 6-year-olds and stuff like that. You know.
Oh,
Whatever.
God, for Christ. Don't whore your kid out on your fucking TikTok page or whatever it was.
Oh my
These-
God.
Yeah, I gotta
these are the-
say, I didn't think that chick had the flex she thought she had. Like,
No.
he's
Yeah.
like, he's fighting with my 6-year-old. I'm like, you're a fucking 6-year-old. Had no business being on your TikTok, bitch.
Yeah, don't tell me you didn't post
What
that
happened?
knowing that he was going to come back.
Yeah.
He made a joke about like, oh, you have more rings than Jupiter. So the kid was like, you mean more rings than Saturn. And by the way, you're mean to girls. And he like ran away. So Matt Rife replied to it. And then the mother was like, how could you art? Like, you're so immature. I already said the mother only was rich because she had OnlyFans. So she like came back at him and was like, look what Matt Rife does. But it's like, you totally like set that trap for him essentially because you
Yeah.
knew you
Why
didn't
is
come
your
back,
kid?
you know?
Why is your kid on your
Yeah.
social media?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
right. It was fucking. I've seen her ripped apart all over the place because of that.
But this is
So
what
it's-
people are doing now to get famous. You know,
Oh, and
you
then
don't
Yeah.
have
she was like, I know who I am. I know my brand. I don't put my kid out
my
there.
brand. I know my
You know,
brand.
like riding people's coattails, and we've never done that on this show ever.
Katrina
Ever.
Johnson's going to do all that.
All
Katrina
the
Johnson.
Sharon is a
Fucking-
diva.
if
We
you
would
go on our
write-
YouTube
let's-
page,
let's
you can
play
watch
another Power
all
Ranger
of the
interview,
fucking
shall we?
Power Rangers.
We will drop those names.
Don't forget
as
to check out
fast
our
as we
Ricky
can
Lake
pick 'em
interview,
up.
and you can check out the Jack
Ricky Lake.
Caitlin show with the Rosie O'Donnell interview.
And you can see Roseanne
and the
also on.
Sandra Bernhardt interview.
Rosie
Yes, Sandra
O'Donnell
Bernhardt.
from my hometown, Rosie O'Donnell.
There we
Just
go.
saying.
There you
Jeff's close
go.
personal friend. Jeff's close personal
I'm
friend.
hot
Rosie
today. I'm
O'Donnell.
hot today.
Jeff's
Yeah.
close personal
Hey,
friend.
if you like the
Rosie
Rosie
Making it,
O'Donnell
we're gonna
show,
play 6 Degrees of Tim.
you can go you go check out my interview with Jeanette Barber, who is an
There
Emmy-winning
we go.
producer,
Look,
head
The
writer of
Yeah.
the
burly
O'Donnell show,
circles
and
that
she
we
got kicked
travel
out of
in.
the View studio. We
I
talked some
know.
shit.
Yeah.
burly.
Yeah. And
Everyone's
you've had
pissing
Leah
people
Remini
off.
on the show, Nicole Remini, all the Reminis.
So much remedy.
You know what?
Michelle Visage. Michelle
Oh,
Visage
yeah,
from
yeah,
RuPaul's
we
Drag
know
Race
Visage.
hosted a whole show with us. Well, not with me.
Nicole, Paige,
Josie
Ross.
Passat.
Oh,
Josie
look.
Bissett, yes. Look at us dropping
We
those
swim in
names.
circles that we could never afford to.
No.
We do.
Remember when we bought? Remember it was fun when we were buying all those cameos, and, and then people were like, "I won't say that," and you pay the money. Like, we will say that. It's like when Lisa Joan Hart did a cameo for us. It was great. That's
I
great.
did
Yeah,
not
we'll
pay
play that
any
again on the
money.
show.
We'll
Did
have
you
to
see the
find
one
those.
Smokey
again.
Robinson did? You see the like?
I've
I
got-
don't know if it's real or not, but he's like, someone asked you to say Happy Chanukah. I don't know what Chanukah is, but I guess I'm a happy one. And I'm like, oh my god, what an asshole! Like you look like such an asshole. But I don't know if it was real or not. But.
So yeah, being famous, you piss people off. There are some people that are a little bit upset that Taylor Swift is Time's Person of the Year.
And they're all incels living in their mother's basement.
No,
Oh.
because some of them
Yeah,
are
like,
female.
Like who
Yeah,
cares?
I would like
White
to.
men.
Fucking
I have
cares.
some receipts. I have some receipts
Oh.
because a lot of the criticism of Taylor is that all she does is write sad songs about her ex-boyfriends. She doesn't do anything to help anyone. She doesn't do anything, etc., etc.
Wow.
I read
Do we
from
wanna
the
do
article.
receipts?
Billionaire Taylor Swift gives back where she's donating her millions. So, most recently, Taylor Swift donated $1 million to the Tennessee Emergency Response Funds since the tornadoes.
Last Tuesday.
Yes. This is prior to the Taylor Swift organization that was set up in 2010, 10 years ago. Oh, 13 years ago. Can't do math. It's all right. The Taylor Swift Charitable Fund, after there was more drama and damage in there in Tennessee. Meanwhile, she also, throughout the Eras tour, donates money to food banks in the cities where she goes. In July, Second Harvest Silicon Valley Food Bank shared on their social media that Swift donated enough to nourish an average of about 500,000 people every month in Santa Clara and San Mateo counties. In Tampa, she did the same thing. She over 125,000 meals on the plate. There we go. As Swift recently gifted her Eras, so the touring staff with her tour, she has gifted them more than $50 million
to every member of that tour. She
as part of
in excess of $50 million
to keep everyone in a job.
She pays her band all the time. Her band is not a seasonal hire. She doesn't hire them just for the tour. Yeah. Her band is on salary all the time for her, whether she's in the studio or on tour.
This is an article that she did, that is not out there. But why does someone need to have their charitable exploits made public for them to make a difference? Because people like Joan Rivers, like George Michael, gave millions and millions of dollars to people and never talked about it.
Well,
go, Vera.
The other people on the list weren't necessarily that good. One of the people was Putin. One was the guy that developed AI. These were the short list for who was going to win this year. And they picked Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift has had an amazing impact, global impact this year.
She's a boss bitch.
And way more positive impact than the guy who developed AI and Putin. She
hasn't fallen down the stairs and booted herself either.
She could be complex. She could be cool.
She doesn't have to be any of that.
She was a man.
Yeah, if she was a man, there wouldn't be any question whether she had any impact.
And I agree with Taylor. Boys only want love if it's torture. Don't say I didn't. Say I didn't warn you.
I love Taylor.
People can't deal with the fact that she is like legitimately dominating the music industry, and she's
I think she rocks.
She could fart in a cup and people would buy it. It's like
she's just like a very clever, more successful version of our Delta Goodrum. Would you say, Steve?
Oh, I don't think so, Luke.
I think the sad songs get people through a lot of shit. I think
songs are great.
And she has bops. She knows how to write a bop. She's clever.
She does. And many respected songwriters like Dolly Parton, like Bruce Springsteen, like Willie Nelson, like I can't think of his name, but they have said that she's the real deal. She writes a great pop lyric.
Well, there's a lot of fucking people who can't do it. Otherwise, we'd have a lot more singer-songwriters out there releasing their own shit.
Exactly. And it's like people just can't seem to deal. Like if the intelligentsia and the cool credited people can go, this chick's all right. Like listen to her music. Why can't people just let it go? It's like Taylor Swift writes great music.
Because people are fucking miserable. People are miserable, and it doesn't matter where you are. If you're higher than them on the mountain, they will do whatever they can to fucking tear you down. And that's in any phase of life. My sister is the #1 female lacrosse coach in the state of Virginia. And all she does is get fucking trounced by people calling her. They've been trying to break her for fucking 3 years. I mean, like, disgusting things that they like. She's a high school fucking coach. And it's like, we tell her all the time, we're walking her off the edge. People do not like when you're above them. So they will do whatever they can to fucking break you down.
Or can do a lot better than them, and they can see that you can excel. They'll try and keep you down. It's in a lot of industries. It's very sad.
The problem is nobody sees the work that goes into it, though. You know what I mean? Like, nobody sees the sweat and tears that goes into all that shit. So they assume that you've just been handed this. They're like, well, why do you get it? Why do you get it? Well, I don't, because I fucking worked for it. And you don't, because you sit in your fucking basement and complain to people on your fucking TikTok and Instagram. And that's why you don't amount to shit.
If
people can't tolerate
a person of color is at the top of their game, they have got to be head and shoulders above their competition. Because if it's just an even race, it's always going to go to the white guy.
I did see an article this week. I don't know how much. I didn't know how much stock. I don't know how much stock to put in it, but there was a rumor going around that the Voice wants to replace Whoopi Goldberg with Candace Owens.
Wait, you mean The View?
The View?
The View, not The Voice. That's a different thing. The View, yeah.
Candace has already said she'd never go on that program.
She's not smart enough.
This has come from someone who leans a little bit more this color, I guess, right?
Yeah.
She's on my fucking last nerve, that one. She drives me nuts.
Oh.
She is like, at first it was like kind of like, okay, you know, like, here's a strong, but now it's like over the top. And it's like, all right, just calm the fuck down. You know what I mean? Like I can't say when everything has to be a point. Everything's got to be a point. It's like, she's obnoxious. She's become obnoxious. Even fucking Ben Shapiro was like, I don't want to deal with her anymore.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. You know it's bad when Ben Shapiro doesn't want to deal with you.
Yeah.
He said
something about Israel, and he was like, how dare you? And, you know, that's whatever. He ripped into her. So.
Oh, there you go. The Voice, man. I love that show. Tom Jones. Tom Jones is a judge on The Voice in the UK.
Yeah.
Sex bomb.
And he sings
You're
all the
my
time.
sex bomb.
Yeah, he does. He just rips out a tune every now and then. He's like, oh, okay, calm down, Tom. He forgets where he is and just breaks into song like Tony Bennett. It's cute. We like that. There's a little bit of controversy. I thought there would be more made of this, but the world seems to have kind of just gone, okay, probably because it's just Australia. But GQ Australia have named pop star Troye Sivan their Man of the Year.
That was about Tom Jones, guys, not this guy.
Are we familiar with Troye Sivan's music?
He's a TikTok.
No.
I've seen him on TikTok.
Troye Sivan is an openly gay Australian musician that
I don't know.
Musician. He he's had Rush, you know the song Rush. I'm in the rush.
SNL sometime soon.
Yeah, his latest single was One of Your Girls, where he appears as a female and talks about sleeping with straight men. So it's very interesting that GQ, which is very, hetero leaning, picked Troye Sivan, who is pretty much capital Q queer, to be their Man of the Year.
Well,
the binaries are shifting, my friends. I thought that there would be more people going.
I really do.
Blah blah blah. He's not a real man. Rah rah rah. He's not George Clooney. Rah.
Yeah, I mean, as a straight guy, I that, you know what I mean? Like, that's the furthest thing from my mind when it's like who cares? You know what I mean? And I almost feel bad saying it like that because I know that the whole movement was a struggle and, for equality and rights and all that. So it's like to say who cares is like kind of, I feel like, demeaning, but it's like all that struggle.
But it's refreshing that we're at a point where you can say that. You don't have to go look at that. Yeah,
there's no outrage.
That's normally what it would be. That's normally what it would be.
Well, I think the generations that fostered that kind of homophobia and
they all live where I live now, Vera.
Well, they're dying out too.
They're dying out or becoming females.
Can't
to
wait.
Avoid to avoid
I know,
vehicular
I
manslaughter
can't either.
charges.
Hurry up and die, bitches.
What are we gonna do when Caitlin goes? A party?
No, leave her alone.
Wonder what Caitlin's
Caitlyn?
up to these days. Caitlin Jenner.
Caitlyn Jenner.
Yeah,
Wonder what
I know.
Caitlin's up to
I know
these
who you're talking
days.
about. I don't
Who
Betraying
cares?
betraying every confidence you've ever known.
You know what Caitlin's probably
wish I
doing?
would.
Making a lot of money doing a lot of nothing right now.
Dodge it.
No.
Dodge it.
Probably playing
Dodge
with
it.
her balls.
Oh, can you hear that? You guys hear that?
Oh. Speaking of giant balls, it's time for Vera events.
I was beginning
Here's-
to think we weren't doing one this week.
Balls. Show them to everyone. 3, 2, 1. Vent.
I'm going to vent this week about the very Christmassy subject of abortion. This week, the state of Texas, well, actually, it was last week, the state of Texas, a lower appellate court, reviewed the state limitation on abortions and agreed that Kate Cox, married mother of 2, in her 3rd pregnancy, whose child, the 3rd pregnancy, had trisomy 18, which is a genetic birth defect that rarely lives past birth and was creating pain and agony for the mother, that she met the criteria for an abortion in the state of Texas under SB 8, their abortion ban. Immediately, the Attorney General of the state overturned their ruling, put a stay of execution on her abortion, threatened 3 hospitals and every medical personnel in the state of Texas that if they performed this abortion, which was ruled by the appellate court to be legal, that they would be fined and imprisoned, and brought it to the state Supreme Court of Texas, who said, well, we're not medical experts, but we'll leave it to the medical experts. But the medical experts didn't prove anything to us, so she can't have this abortion. Before the state did that, before the Supreme Court ruled that, Kate Cox, who had a lower court ruling that she could obtain this abortion, the minute that the Attorney General put it on hold, she left the state and had the abortion in another state. It is unclear whether she's going to be allowed to return to her state without going into prison. This abortion ban is cruel and inhuman and has to stop. Women, men, people across this country, we need to stand up for reproductive rights. Ken Paxton taking the law into his own hands and overruling the court is classic example of autocracy and fascism in this country. And recent reports since the 2020 overturning of Roe v. Wade on the long-lasting effects of these abortion bans have shown that it's increased female mortality across the board. The U.S. already had one of the highest mortality rates for mothers in any country because we have a for-profit health insurance program that didn't cover every woman, and poor women and people of color were dying in pregnancy way before the abortion ban. But that number has increased exponentially. There are 3 times more maternal deaths since 2020 and 4 to 5 times more deaths in women of color and poor women of poverty. The restrictions create precarious health conditions for these women and makes them more likely to die before the birth, during the birth, and even in postpartum situations. It also makes the chances of children being born with birth defects because of mothers' health conditions higher. So we're creating not only a population of motherless children whose mothers died while giving birth to them, more likely to have more birth defects, more likely to be reliant upon public health systems and home welfare systems and social security systems than other children. For the pro-life party to create a population of children that they have no intention of supporting with food stamps, early intervention, childhood education, special education, and other programs that they've already deemed, extraordinarily expensive. And 30% children born to mothers who are forced to have pregnancies are 30% more likely to die at childbirth. Maternity care, we are creating maternity care deserts in these states where they have abortion bans because doctors are unwilling to practice in a state where they could go to prison for exercising their medical judgment on whether a mother needs an abortion or not. So there's less care available in these states, and there's higher lifetime costs for these children that are born of these mothers. It's the pro-life party is proving that they don't give a shit about anybody's life. And the fact that they're overruling courts and overruling medical personnel shows that they're all just a bunch of fascists. Ladies, men, anybody with a conscience, we need to get rid of these pro-life, pro-birth murderers because they're killing more children than any woman having an abortion.
Just stay out of people's uteruses, basically. Like, I can't believe it. We're in 2023 and we're still I don't know why in 2023 we can tell people what to do with their bodies.
Yeah, and you think it's a very backward state to be actually like the pregnancy's unviable. Like the baby's not going to survive, and the mother may die now too.
And the mom may
to
die
me,
now,
that's very black and white.
Productivity is put at risk too. Her ability to have more children is put at risk.
So
she had to carry that pregnancy to term.
I don't know if you heard, like with Chrissy Teigen, like what happened with her. Like there was, her third pregnancy. I mean, she has a third child now, but this is her fourth pregnancy. Her third pregnancy was, I think, in a topic pregnancy. I'm saying it wrong, but or something went wrong with it, or she was close to being like violently ill or close to death, basically. So they had to terminate.
And that was the photo he posted on Instagram, right? It was after the abortion of the non-viable pregnancy. Candace Owens jumped on her for that.
So she had like this interview now, and she said like when they were talking about it, she said like John, her husband, legend, was like, how do you feel about how do you feel about your miscarriage or your abortion? And she goes, what are you talking about? He goes, that's what we had. He goes, that's what you had. You had an abortion. And she's like, I didn't even think of it like that. She goes, but the way that he put it, I did. She's like, she didn't even realize that was what it was. She's like, she saw it as a miscarriage, but really technically they had to terminate the pregnancy to keep her alive. And she didn't think of it as an abortion. But, he's like, aren't you happy that you're able to do this in our state? Because, obviously it was still legal. It is still legal in California. I'm assuming that's where they are. But, it was just like a big thing. Like it was amazing to see her come to that realization. Like, oh yeah, that's what I had. Like, because that's not what the doctor made it. And that's what these people are making it. It's like, oh no, it's an abortion. No, this is a medical procedure to save a woman's life. That's what this is. It's not that, you're taking a baby away from the world. You're not murdering a little baby. You're saving a life. Like, and
the sad thing is,
the
sad thing is, people don't realize that they have that. People don't realize how lucky they are to have that option. And that's probably really important that she makes that distinction and realizes that, she is in a very fortunate situation that they could make that decision to save her life at the cost of the child.
That if you have an ectopic pregnancy, it is never viable. There is no way that child will survive outside the uterus.
The Marvel MC universe.
It won't exist out of either.
It also is fatal for the mother. There's multiple birth deaths from
It's like Texas wants to go back to the good old days where like women died in childbirth and then we all shoot out at sundown in the streets and no homosexuals around here.
Wow,
Well,
Only oil.
I think we're getting to the point too where, you know, like you say, like, oh, the people of Texas. I think it's at least what I'm seeing is Republicans and Democrats alike. Is now it's like, well, you have to do something to one up the other one. So Democrats go above and beyond, then Republicans go above and beyond. You know, and they're moving further and further outward, and we're getting away from this common, moderate middle ground. And it's like, I think people are starting to get fed up on all levels, you know, both Republican and Democrat. And it's like
70% of the United States, I've said this before on this, we agree on more than we disagree. 70% of the United States believes that reproductive rights should be decided between a woman and her doctor.
And I think though the Republicans have got that, like even tuning into Fox News over here, because we get Fox News in Australia, they are all saying like that's one of their things going into this next election is that they're going to have to soften their stance on abortion.
Yeah,
because the country's not with them.
No.
And I have to agree. When everything first happened with Roe versus Wade, I was kind of like, you know, like, okay, yeah. And then like the more I thought about it, I'm like, what am I doing? You know what I mean? Like, how stupid do you have to be? And that's what I started like telling people, you know, they're like, oh, are you conservative? I'm like, no, I'm a common sense Republican. You know what I mean? And I like common sense Democrats. And I like when people can use their fucking brains independently and be like, this is either a good or a moral choice, or this is a non-moral choice. Like,
I was a
just don't.
Republican right up until Trump. I cried on air when I changed my party registration.
Yeah,
I've
I mean,
been a Republican since high school.
Oh. All right, well,
But
we
there's
should wrap it
another
up.
view, like, no,
Sorry.
wait.
No, you go. Sorry.
Wait. No, so, like, from a different view, my mom, who's never going to watch the show anyway, again, doesn't see abortion as, like, a medical procedure. She sees it as you're killing a baby. Like, and that's where, you know, again, these extremists come from. It's like, you know, she has some good sides to her, but it's like that's the one thing right there. It's like, no. Like
But you can't hear her.
The way she was educated and raised, that's a generational thing too.
Yeah.
Some things are hardwired.
Yeah, are they considering like even a D&C as an abortion when the baby's already passed?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well,
because then they might charge the mom.
Abortion extremists are insisting that doctors were performing post-birth abortions.
That's
that was insane.
That's not even possible.
But then they said they would get to the point.
It's a murder.
So what? These women are forced to have retained products of a miscarriage, and that to me is just really.
But that's when they said they would start charging the women if they were coming in with miscarriages. That they were saying like, oh well, what was it, manslaughter or some shit like that. Like that the mother would be charged with that because she lost the child. Like, are you fucking insane? Like, again, just common sense. It's the lack thereof. Like, there has to be some middle ground. Like, I can't.
Wait a minute. This goes back to the whole thing of we don't want the government in control of us. We don't want the government to tell us what to do. But we want the government to control women's bodies, and then we want the government to control other people's children because we don't think other people should have the right to take their children to go get therapy if their child's a transgender. So we want the government not to control us as long as it's
they can't control my guns. They can't control my cars. They can't control my right to consume products that
free speech.
For me.
All your speech.
But
it's only my free speech.
You're going to control my vagina.
If you agree with me. If you don't agree with me, then your free speech doesn't matter. And if your uterus doesn't matter, and if you're gay or you believe a different God than I do, none of that matters. You don't count.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
And on that happy ending, we'll wrap up for this week.
Merry Christmas,
Merry
viewers.
Christmas, everyone.
It's Christmas. Fuck this Christmas.
Fuck this Christmas. It is creeping. It is 10 days away. We'll be back.
We will be back. Thursday, right?
We'll be back with We'll be back with 2 more shows before Christmas.
Coming in.
Well, you'll be working that night, so you'll be working. Girl.
Look, I'll
Get
come
ready.
back. I'll be on.
We have an uncensored horror stabbing its way into your Christmas heart next week, and we will be back for a little bit of a Christmas competition next week on Uncensored Radio Live. Thank you, Jeffrey. Thank you, Christina. Thank you, Luke. Thank you, Tim. Thank you, Vera. I have been Steve. Welcome. Merry Christmas, and stay out of people's uteruses. Bye.
Fat dirty slut.
Stop talking about the oh,
Do we have any fat sluts in the credits?
So many fat
Just me.
it says Steve Chandler and Luke Shaw, sister. Steve Chandler. Trina. Oh, Katie McCarthy, that's a slut. That's me. Oh. I know that someone like the room. She's never on the show. Why is she on?
Okay, I don't even know who that is.
I can't bitch off. I don't even know.
Half the audience don't even know who those people are, and